I'm just going by these here, the figures that were put here by administration. They're the ones that have gone over this. Not
So
me.
there must be property owners. Yeah. At my count is 13 for and 13 against.
I see.
That is actual signage.
I see.
That's not letters of objection. It's 13 to 13.
I see.
And City Hall wasn't included, because I didn't think City Hall was included. And the only other piece of property is beside the newsstand here. And I should have inquired about that, maybe that was included. It was south of the alley, but maybe it was included.
Well, I don't know. We're just going by the information that's at our disposal here. We didn't do the counting, or we didn't check it out, the petition out, or anything.
That's why I would like to go with the Alderman's motion that this to go into discussion, because there's a lot of conflicting things here, and I don't quite understand.
How much time do we have with this?
Well, it's really up to council, your worship. You know, there's no strict deadlines now to meet. Council can, if they wish to discuss it further at Works and Services, and that's certainly, there's no further deadlines. It's a matter now of when council decide to go ahead. If they do, then it's a matter of giving the bylaw third reading and submitting it to Victoria for approval. And,
The thing is, I don't think you've got any right to go. I mean, you can't go out and expect to bring some other people in now. The deadline is over as far as that goes, or get somebody to change their minds, and that would be wrong too.
Yeah, I would like to know
This is all I'm saying is that after all, there are enough people interested in the project going ahead that didn't take the time out to sign a petition, or didn't take any time out to come and say. The only thing is that I did get a call tonight that they're definitely in favor.
But I would like to know where the other four property owners are.
Well, I don't know. We can get that information. I believe that you could probably get that information through the administration downstairs.
It won't do me any good if you pass it and it goes through council.
Well, it's entirely up to the council.
Well, may I be so bold as to ask where you got the 26 names from?
I can just read them off.
No, but I mean, where did you acquire them in the first place?
I just went down the street and wrote them down as I went along.
So you didn't get a list from City Hall of all
No, I
registered
didn't.
owners? Okay.
Because I just thought when you see a building there and you ask the guy next door who owns it, and you take his word for it, that he's the one that owns it.
If I may, sir, your worship, did you get any information from the Main Street office or from the core committee or from any administration in council as to what the project entailed relative to the cost that you were concerned about?
No, I didn't inquire at all. All I knew was my taxes went up 30%. I wasn't doing
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't 30% because of this project, though.
29%.
Was it? I believe there was some.
Exactly 25% of mine.
Well, your tax is too cheap now, then.
Yeah, sure.
If I paid all the taxes on the other end. Well, I can understand your predicament. Any time it costs money, but we also have to look at the fact that what the good it'll do for the city also.
Your worship, you legally should be assessing the way the land is divided by the surveyor. And here, you people taking the frontage on Ward Street, and my legal lot is on Victoria Street. And you charge me for 120 feet. And my building is not 120 foot deep lots, and so I'm getting really charged on this.
Well, that's the side that it would be done, though. That's the work would be done.
Probably the highest one.
Well, you're no different than the one across the street, are you?
Oh, he's 120 foot, 150 foot deep.
Okay.
The building is 150 foot deep.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do the front or the side of your
I
building.
know, but I don't get the revenue because of the square footage. Huh?
Your worship, with all due respect, Mr. Ramsden, how many tenants do you have fronting on Victoria Street?
One,
And how many do you have fronting on Ward Street?
main door, yeah.
They're all facing the one street to all your tenants.
Very well, yeah. That was basically the equalization rationale of going on a
Yeah.
conflict basis.
Yeah.
And so,
On that one. It's over 6,000 a year in tax from the property like that.
Well, what was the motion on the books there? What was the?
To refer to Works and Services for discussion and further clarification.
Question.
Yeah, the question being called, all in favor? Against? The motion is defeated.
Worship, I move at this time the council received a letter from the administrator dated 17th September 84 and recognize that this council has the right to carry out the described program. I intend to present two motions to council.
Second.
Any discussion?
Your Worship, all that I wish to have done tonight is a recognition of the certification of the process through which we have done. Should there be a legal challenge, or in my mind, if there is a conscientious challenge to the matter that fits within the rights of the way this program, or the authorization was put through, then that is fine. I am perfectly willing to discuss the ability and the option of this council to make a decision on behalf of the residents of this community in their entirety who are paying 50% of the total cost of this project, and I have full confidence in the ability of this council to evaluate the concerns of the very slight minority of people that have presented their concerns, and obviously done a very thorough job of looking at the costs entailed and the program and the future benefits. I am perfectly willing to see this program stalled or modified, but I feel at this point that this council has that responsibility, and I will see no buck passing to anybody on a certification at this point.
Question.
The question being called, all in favor? Against? You wish to record it, Alderman Bannert? The motion is carried.
Your Worship, I move this time the matter of intent to the bylaw requirements for proceeding with the program for the 100, 200, 700 block of Baker Street and 2 blocks on Ward Street be referred to Works and Services for discussion by council.
Any discussion?
I'm a little confused, Mr. Neville, with this motion. It sounds like the one we defeated. What's the difference?
Your Worship, if I may, Alderman Neville, the first motion that was on the table was questioning the eligibility and the authorization of this council to proceed. The motion has cleared and accepted the certification of our administrator over the program described by Municipal Affairs.
Right.
And we do have the authorization, unless challenged legally, to proceed. I am asking that the matter be discussed and that this council give full consideration and scrutinize fully the benefits of the project and the timeliness of the project and the size or the amount of the project, if I may, at a future meeting. But it is this council's decision, I feel, from this point on.
Point of information, Mr. Chairman, and by the way, to Mr. Mayor, and by the way, being in favor of the motion as it is put, I'd like to hear from Alderman Lake how he conceives that the previous motion was a challenge to council's right to proceed, because that certainly was not the intent of the mover when he moved that motion.
Alderman Bannert, I guess I derived that from the way you spoke supporting your motion, basically questioning the authenticity or the effective legitimacy of the process through which we have gone.
It's not what I did.
My apologies.
I'd like to support your motion.
If Alderman Bannert, that is the case, then I would, maybe we could deal with this matter tonight. We'd need no more discussion if it's a discretionary, opinionative process on the advantages or disadvantages related to the cost of going ahead with the program. I'd like to see that application go in tomorrow morning so that we could get going on this.
Your Worship, I would speak against the motion for exactly the same reason. I would like to see this process go ahead.
That's my feeling too, Mr. Mayor. If we delay now, we've gone through, we've followed the regulations, and the administrators, to the best of my judgment, has steered us through by the letter of the law. And if we delay, we're subjecting this council to more opinions that are coming in after the scheduled process is being followed. And partly because I think it should go ahead, and partly because I think we've followed the legal requirements, I think we should make the decision today.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, speaking in favor of the motion that Alderman Lake put. I don't know how many times I have to say it before some people get the message. I want to see this thing go through too. I'd like to see us proceed. I'd like to see the work done. But the very message that Alderman Lake has raised is an important one. And that is, are there ways and means of us proceeding in different method than total, than all the way?
Alderman Bannert, you're putting words in my mouth. I intend to see this question be put after some discussion in the form that it is in. This thing did not come out of the air or out of a book or out of some magic formula. It came out of a lot of months of discussion, a lot of work by a committee, a lot of work by a resource developer, Mr. Inwood, and related to first project.
And what did you mean by the
I am saying
comments you made for
I am-
moving to refer?
I am assuming that this council can make a decision that it isn't timely to do this thing at this point, which don't expect support from me. I think the matter should go ahead. I think that they could give consideration to perhaps referring it back to the core committee and to your Main Street development officer and others to see if the scope of the project could be reduced somewhat. And my feeling is it cannot be watered down any further. Or we could just blow it away. Decide we're not going to go ahead with the project and leave Big Two like it said. I'm just willing to give you some time to discuss it in a committee meeting if you'd like to. I'd be perfectly willing to be involved in the decision tonight, but I don't think you would be. I'm doing this out of respect. Doesn't look like we've got support.
I believe Alderman Lake, in all fairness, I believe it has been discussed very thoroughly at different times.
I agree, Your Worship.
Period of time, and we did authorize to get an engineering study as far as cost, so we could have the cost. So that was all done. And to delay it now, I think it's just showing the weakness of our council.
I didn't realize my second motion would be so contentious. I'll withdraw it. Yes.
I'll move third reading.
It has to be rescinded.
Has to be
Well, I
rescinded.
think we have to rescind that third reading, do we not?
First motion was to rescind the previous third reading motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, so moved.
Second.
Question.
All in favor? Opposed?
I move third
Wish to
reading.
read a report to Alderman Lake and Alderman Will and Alderman
Yes, I
Bannert.
do, sir. Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I'll move third reading.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, there is.
As amended.
Fine.
The third reading as amended.
I have a comment, Mr. Mayor, and that is simply this. That I want all of council to know that I do not feel comfortable in being placed in the position of having to vote against something that I basically agree with. I feel very saddened that there isn't willingness to have some determination to find some method around the obvious concerns of a number of businesses involved. Yep.
Any further discussion? Want to call the question?